Hi, welcome to Make It with Alice, channel for communication skills, confidence building, and emotional intelligence. And today we're going to talk about one of my favorite topics, that is build a life that you are meant for. I'm going to say this again. Build a life that is meant for you. And you're not going to hear a lot of people tell you that, because I'm going to tell you the hard truth that I learned at 35, which I wish I would have known better because my life would have been different. But then again, I'm glad for this life, as you should be, because you would not be who you are if it wasn't for these experiences. So how do you build a life that you are meant for? Values. Values is understanding who you are, your personality, character traits. Here's a definition for values. And the most important thing is these values drive your everyday decisions, consciously and subconsciously. I have to say, I didn't learn my values until I was 35. So usually you understand what's important to you and who you are when you have a crisis. But I'm trying to avoid that for you guys, because it's much easier when you don't go through that, yet you really have to go through that. Values is one of the most important decisions that you're going to make, because they're choices that you make on a day-to-day basis. These decisions, what your values are, will determine your life. Now, we all know what we value. We all know our values. We think we do. We say we're respectful. We value creativity and playfulness and making money. We value integrity, all these things. But if you actually sit down and define these words, you may actually not know the real definitions. And this happened to me when I had an interview for a job, and my boss asked me, "What are your values?" And I said, "Honesty, integrity, and respect." And he's like, "If you had honesty, integrity, and respect, you wouldn't be here." And I'm like, oh my God. I laughed and I was humble. My ego I left at the door, and I said, teach me everything that you know. One thing that I learned about values is it's not enough just to state them and define them. What you have to do is put them in the order of importance. Value number 1, making money. Value number 2, believing in God. Maybe value number 3 is family, spending more time with family. And remember, over time, they may change. Okay, your values may change based on life experiences. And I'm going to give you an example of what it means to go for a job interview with your values, or what it means to make a decision when you don't have those values. So it's going to look something like this. My number 1 value is health. Number 2 is service, so helping people. Number 3 is creativity, and number 4 is making money. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? I'm going to say that again. Number 1, health. Number 2, helping people. Number 3, creativity and learning. I would group them in one area. Number 4 is making money. So I started real estate land flipping business, and the main goal for that was to make money at the expense of kind of people's well-being, because I was trying to get the best deal so my investors could make money, and at the same time I was building relationships with the sellers, and I knew I could get more money for that deal, which meant kind of ethically asking myself, I think I'm taking advantage of this person. Maybe this, I know it's business as usual, but I'm like, it's going against my values. So my number 4, money, became my number 1, and then number 4 was helping people. That drastic upside down flip of values caused me to quit my company in 4 months and close it. If you're not clear about those values, what ends up happening is you start something, you put all this energy and effort only to quit, or maybe the money doesn't last, or maybe you end up getting sick, and then you're wondering why didn't that work out? Because you didn't have the priorities of your values in place. And more importantly, and maybe you're further off than I am, you might have had your values, but you might have not understood all of them. Maybe you didn't put enough attention on those values. So the next time you go to a job interview, you create a business, or you get into a relationship, make sure that you understand what your values are, because if that person doesn't match them in a complementary way, if your values are placed in different orders, it might be a lot of conflict. If your number 1 value is money and the other person's number 5, and typically you want to do the first couple of values, maybe you have 10, I stick to 7, I like that number 7. Then you have to negotiate. So if we're here, number 1 is money, and for me it's number 7, can you come down to number 2? Can I go up to number 5 or number 3? So you try to compensate for the difference in values, and maybe that won't even happen. Maybe you're so far off that you can't. So please, next time you go and make a big decision in your life and make that strong choice that you feel good about, make sure you got this. Values. Life will become easier and you'll able to build a life that you want at what you're meant for. Thanks again for watching today. And as always, we end each episode with do the best that you can every day. I hope to bring all this valuable information and tools so that your life could be better and you can make better decisions. Thanks for tuning in. Leave a comment what you loved about this video and come check out my tutoring profile, book a class with me, and I hope to help you, and I hope that we can build a dream together. Have a blessed day.